See if that fits before I cut out all the holes. Ha! I'm an idiot. Gotta cut it lengthwise first. What are you doing, dude? Run out of fence. No! Skills to pay the bills. Good enough for me. All right, take it in, see if it fits before we cut holes. Hopefully it fits, because I think this is the last big piece I have. Gonna suck if it doesn't. I think it's gonna fit. All right, let's get some holes. Test fit number 2. Like a drum roll. Drum roll, please. And guess what? Doesn't fit. Oh, we're close. Problem is, these things don't have any trim, like to go over them. It's like you got to get it pretty good. That's why I didn't use a jigsaw. I had a router table. Oh man, we'd be in business. But hey, we got time. We got time. We're out here relaxing. No pressure. No deadlines. There we go. You can fit now. Level might not be very level anymore, but oh yeah. Well, that's tight. Okay, let's get out the next one. Ooh, that's close. Oh, that's so close. This panel's live. Don't try this at home, kids. Oh, it's so close, people. Oh, there it is. Look at it, will ya? It's lovely. Yeah, that's 8 pieces of bacon, and I'm here by myself. Don't judge me. Not the boss of me. Nobody's here to tell me what to do. That was dumb. Left the shotgun out here all night. All right, we're gonna run out back. Check the game cam. The one I got out there isn't a cellular one, so fun to see what's on there. I'll run out there really quick after I dry this stuff off. Just pulled the camera apart and realized I never put an SD card in there. Put new batteries in it, never put a card in it. I'm an idiot. Oh, that's heavy. This could be ugly. Oh, I waited too long. How do I do this? Something like this. Get ash all over the pants I gotta wear home on the plane. Lovely. Just for reference, that's been there for a month and a half. Nothing burnt in it. So we're gonna empty that before we burn all our trash. Got some spots up here. I'm gonna usually just dump it back in here. Like I said, it hasn't been burnt in a month, over a month and a half, so no chance of fire. But I don't think I've ever showed you the view from up here. Up over this way, you can see a mountain range sometimes when the clouds are a little bit gone, but it's kind of cool. Someday I want to build maybe a little guest cabin or something up over in this area. Maybe when my kids get a little bit older and they want to come up, hopefully maybe with some grandkids someday. It'd be kind of cool. I'd like to do that all by hand, like with a wood mill. Oh God, there you go. See you later. So fun fact about the garbage up here. If you go to the dump, there's not like a transfer station where you go to this nice little place and dump your trash, you know, back up to it, and then the tractors do their thing and push it into the things. You think it's going to go somewhere and be getting rid of. Really nice. Here in Anchorage, go to the dump, you drive to the top of a hill and you dump it all out the back and they bury it all. So I don't know if it's like that everywhere, but if you're watching this going, man, I can't believe he's dumping you know, his ashes or a burn barrel out there in the woods, you know, it's just ashes. It's not the actual, you know, all the garbage not burned like you would take to the dump. So anyway, little fact about up here. Here's another funny one. So this is like one of those little liquid totes or whatever. I can't remember what they're called. They got the little cage around them, store water and stuff in them. So when we bought this place, we saw, you know, it has a septic system, which is awesome, indoor plumbing. But, you know, usually when you buy a house in a city or whatever, you have the septic tank pumped if it has a septic. That's part of like the closing and everything. So we're like, hey, can we get the, you know, when's the last time the septic was pumped? And he's like, never. And we're like, okay, well, we want it pumped beforehand. We'd never been here. And so then we came to meet him for the showing before we ended escrow and all that stuff. And we're like, hey, did you, you know, get the septic pumped? And he's like, yeah, it's all done. I just finished up. And I was like, oh, well, how do you do that? Because you can't have a septic truck come in here or whatever. He's like, what did he say? He said something like, don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. And then he's like, see that toad at the top of the hill? He's like, don't use that for your drinking water. So anyway, I'm pretty sure he pumped all the, you know, all the doo-doo into that, and then probably did what I just did and took it into the woods and pumped it out or something. So anyway, hopefully I don't have to do that for many, many years. This cabin's been here for 30 years. He said he never pumped it. So, you know, when you're only using it on the weekends or a few times a year, it shouldn't be a big deal. So, but anyway, that is our doo-doo container. Much less than 90. Huh. That's like Jenga. Oh, this guy. Oh, God. Cool part about this jack is you can use this thing. How do I get it out of here? Not a sponsor, by the way. I'm not cool enough to ever have any sponsors, but this is a cool jack. I got one in my shop in Washington too. You can adjust this guy. Give it a little more height. Let's see if we can make this as unstable as possible. Oh, well, that's easy. I just slap some more screws in there. Huh. I think that's what we're going to get for now. Time to go home. Wah, wah, wah. Well, guys, as quickly as it gets here, as quickly as it goes to leave. So it's time to head out. I'm going to write in the journal thing here. It's a little cabin journal every time we come up. It tells you times and dates we came up here and what we did, things like that. My daughter got it for my wife once, and it's a pretty sweet little book. Oh, what was the weather like? Weather was pretty decent. 60s to 80s. Sun. Rain. Guests or visitors? No one. What did we do? Not enough, probably. Not enough. Oh man, what did we do? Worked on understairs. Filmed some YouTube. Dude, has my mic been off this whole time? Shot guns together. swim, golf. Man, we did a lot in the middle of nowhere. Mode, fix stairs, getting jacked, bro. Oh, what else? Man, I don't know. A bunch of little crap. Who I met, friends and creatures. Saw the neighbor. Project chores. Man, that's what I did. See above. Favorite moment, special highlights. What was my special highlight this trip? Probably taking the time to relax. Even though I feel guilty when I do it. All right. Next one will be more fun. My wife's coming with me next time. It's pretty boring out here after a week of not seeing anyone. Okay, we got everything cleaned up, ready to roll. I didn't make you watch all the chores, but we did. Emptied the water, blew out the water lines, shut off the propane, vacuum, clean dishes, all that good stuff. We're going to set off some bug bombs. Already took everything out to the truck in the 6x. So all I have is basically my gun and a GoPro. So I guess let's get out of here. All right, we're out of here. Set up these bug bombs. We gone. See you next time, Kevin. It was really weird leaving with no stuff, no ATV, just my gun and a camera. Let's use the boat this time. So the barge, I'll leave the barge over here. Harder by myself. Good Lord. Okay. Get up there. Awesome day to walk out of here. Almost sweating with the sweatshirt on. I really enjoy actually walking in and out. Also, a good time to probably talk about things like that I always want to talk about on the channel that go through my head all the time, and then I never talk about it. So my mom actually had this idea that I should talk about the cost difference in things, and I've had this idea to do a video about what property costs up here, like delicately. Like, I hate talking about what we paid for things, and so does my wife, but there's a way to like delicately explain, maybe what we paid for the place, why it makes sense financially for us to have a place up here without, making it sound like you're boasting or bragging or whatever about having a separate property. So, there goes a spruce grouse or spruce hen. Squirrel. So I don't know, maybe when I can think of a good way to go about it in the future, I might do one of those videos. But I will say this, like this piece of property that we have, my wife and I have always wanted to, have something, with a little bit of acreage in the woods. Water has always been the dream, but everybody knows how much it costs to buy something on water. So, like, I don't even, think you could find 20 acres with a cabin on water in Washington, let alone how much it would cost if you do. Granted, this doesn't have access with a car, but we're okay with that. If you could, it'd be 10, 20, 30 times the amount of money for what we paid for this place. And then the taxes. The taxes are crazy. If you have a developed piece of property in any of the lower 50 states, or lower 48, duh. What was that? What? Bird? Anyway, so, we took all that in consideration. Plus, we wanted to be up in Alaska because my wife's originally from up here. So, after I visited the first time, I definitely wanted to be up here too. And it's just a different life, different way of living. But we always said, some people are like, well, why don't you just move to Alaska? Well, my wife has a good job that she likes, that she's been there a long time. I have a business that I've grown for 20 years. These all could be excuses, depending on how you look at it. But one of the main reasons we don't move up here is, completely is, our kids being able to be around their grandparents. They all live in Washington. And my wife and I, when we were younger in school, we both had to move around a lot, just because of our parents' jobs and, life and things that happen. And that's fine. Parents got to do what they got to do. But we wanted to kind of make it, a goal that our kids didn't really have to change schools. And we've been lucky enough to live in the same house there. They've grown up in that house, same community of friends. And they're getting close now to being out of the house. Maybe, here in the next 3-4 years, they'll be off to college, both of them. Hopefully. I mean, hopefully in college, not hopefully that they're gone. But, so then, who knows? I don't think at this point we would move up here until retirement. And even then, we kind of want to have something in the lower 48 and something up here, because there's some months up here that aren't ideal. A lot of rain, a lot of darkness, and I don't know if I could handle all the whole year up here. I like coming up just for the good stuff, the snow machine in, and then the nice summer stuff. But anyway, back to some of the cost type of stuff. People talk about how expensive groceries are up in Alaska, things like that. And I found the way that we, I don't want to say use Alaska, but the way that when we're in Alaska, and it's a lot different than if you lived here, full time. So for instance, I just came up, finished in 7 days here. I get all my food when I come in. I order it from Fred Meyer's. I pick it up. I do the pre-order stuff. I pick it up when I get into town, so I don't have to go into the grocery store and waste any time. So my food bill was, I think it was $160. So I was here for 7, almost 8 days. So that averages out to, $20-25 a day. So, maybe those same groceries in Washington or another state, might have been $120 or, 110. We've noticed it's usually about a 30% difference between Washington and here, kind of average at the grocery store. However, how we use it, I get my groceries, I come out here, and I can't go anywhere. I can't decide to go out and grab Chick-fil-A. I can't decide to go out and grab Cane's chicken, or anything like that. I can't go to McDonald's. I can't go by Starbucks. And so the amount of savings within the week is it's so much cheaper up here, because I don't want to say we're stuck out here, but it makes you think twice about going to town when the closest place that's not even a full town is, probably a 4-hour round trip. So, and then if you're going into Anchorage, that's a full day. So, for instance, I'm a sucker. I go to Starbucks once in a while, probably more often than I should. I go to Starbucks, I get a breakfast sandwich, I get a venti drink in the morning. With tip, it's $15. $15. So I'm out here for $20 to $25 a day, eating 3 to 4 meals a day. And I'm not eating beans and rice when I come out here. I'm getting chicken, steak, some veggies, bacon and eggs for breakfast. So I'm not starving, not eating top ramen. So that's how it makes sense for us. The other thing is people are probably like, well, how do you afford to get tickets up there? Plane tickets are expensive. Well, that part kind of ties back into, having a business in Washington. I have a business where I do mobile electronic stuff, and I buy all my inventory and parts and whatever I need with an Alaska Airlines card. And then that gets me miles, which pays for, quite a few of the trips coming up here throughout the year. We usually have to pay for 1 or 2. And then if you guys got an Alaska card, you get a companion fare every year. So my wife has a card also, so we get 2 companion fares a year. So that cuts down on cost quite a bit. Probably our biggest expense, honestly, monthly is the storage for the truck and trailer. So the storage place that I keep it at, we don't have any spots that are long enough for the truck and the trailer for one spot. So I have 2 spots right next to each other. And I believe we pay, I think it's $230 a month or $260 a month. And that's for both spots. I think they're like $115 or $130 per spot. But it's gated, secure, all that stuff. And I've become really good friends with the guy that runs the place. And a lot of times he'll even pick me up from the airport. Or if he's there working, he'll take me to the airport. That's another expense when I come in. If I'm not getting picked up, usually I have to get an Uber. That's usually $20 from the storage to the airport. Anyway, I probably talked too much about the finance stuff already, but maybe I'll do a full video if I can think of a good way, to delicately show you what it costs to buy the property and how we were in the position to do it. We're by no means filthy rich, so it took a lot of creative thinking and financing to purchase this place. With the amount of time we had to come up with the money, and honestly the amount of money we had. But I can tell you this, there is absolutely zero chance we would be able to afford a place like this in the lower 48. Zero chance. So anyway, we're getting close to the end of the walk, almost to the truck. I've been babbling forever. You probably already tuned out. But anyway, we will, hey, this might be the end of this video, but here at the end of this video, why don't I mention we were going to Denmark. We did our family trip to Denmark. I took some video of some things we went to. Maybe I'll play some of that here at the end if you want to check that out. None of my family's in it. It's just, some pictures and videos of sites we saw, but really cool country if you ever get the chance. I would definitely go there. The reason we went there is my mother-in-law is actually originally from there, so we went to visit a bunch of family. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.